Yeah, today is Monday, 28th, 29th August, I don't know. I've been working on my bird feeder station, amongst other things today. Replaced the 4 feet with some material I had laying around. It's 1/4 inch by, I believe, 1.5 inch wide is good enough. Then, with my sanding disc on my angle grinder, got all the loose paint off, any rough spots, and got down to good paint, removed all the oxidation. Then went back with a product from Sherwin-Williams called KEM, K-E-M, Chromic, K-O-R-M-I-K, Universal Metal Primer, red oxide. This is a straight up industrial primer used in marine application, pipeline, power plants, refineries. It adheres exceptionally well to bare metal and old paint that's just been buffed, and any kind of crack in the paint, it will fill the crack. Really good stuff. It's ultra high solids and dries super fast. And if you want a smooth finish, you got to cut it quite a bit with paint thinner. About for 1 gallon of paint, you would add 1 quart of paint thinner to really thin it down. If you want to spray it, it's 1 gallon of paint to 1/2 gallon of paint thinner to be able to spray it. Okay, I'm not concerned with any kind of brush marks showing. I don't think the birds are going to care. All I'm trying to do is preserve this thing for the next 35-40 years. That's my only goal, and that's done. So, other than that, first thing this morning, I'm a little tired again. My striping paint came in too. Showed up yesterday afternoon. Anyway, first thing this morning, I come out here and mounted my 2 signs. I pounded the T-posts through the asphalt like I did on the column T-posts. Same thing, take my demolition hammer and chisel through the asphalt, and then I was able to use a small post driver to drive them on in. So I put up these 2 signs. If the driver reads English, maybe they'll respect my line, maybe not. Let me explain purple paint. In Texas and most southern states, if purple paint is on a fence line or a boundary, it automatically signifies posted no trespassing. It's universal, be it rural property or urban property. And it's almost all southern states. Could be some northern states. So I took my purple no trespassing paint and knocked out the perimeter boundary all the way around the property. That gives the police department free rein to stop and talk to anyone they see on the property. And when I owned my factory, I had the same thing in effect. And they popped 2 major felons that were riding the rails and got off when the train stopped there by my factory site. Were meandering around. Police did a stop and talk. And one of them was wanted for murder out of Tennessee. So anyway, here I am, working my tail off, and I got sweat running everywhere. I'll explain that in a second. Some damn homeless guy come wandering through the front door. Hey buddy, you got any spare change? Now here I am slinging paint, working myself to death. Didn't even think to ask. If you got something I can do to earn a little money? Oh hell no. Just hit me up for spare change. I think you can guess what my answer was. Now last night, it was supposed to rain. And at the house, we got maybe 6/100ths or 1/16 of an inch. I think, well, whatever. So I come down here to my little building, which is downtown, and one of the underpasses I go under, if it rains more than an inch an hour, it always floods. And I saw evidence of flooding. I said, huh. And I got up here to my little building. My bird bath was full to the rim. The ground is saturated wet. I can see where there was some silt runoff going down my parking lot. And I've got a 5-gallon bucket with the open end up over here by my hoses, and it's catching the runoff from the roof, and it was full to the brim. So apparently downtown Longview you got more than an inch of rain, and my house we got literally a 1/16 of an inch, if that. Peculiar. And today it was high 80s was the temperature, but the humidity is 70%. I was still able just to open the doors, all of them, and turn on my exhaust fan to get a breeze going through here. And I didn't have to run my little AC. My humidistat at 2 o'clock was showing 70% humidity, and it was 84 degrees. Now it's up to 90 degrees, but the humidity has dropped to 52%. So it was really, really humid earlier today, and I'm drenched in sweat because of that. And, got to use my red Lincoln welder, my portaband, my grinders, of course, and productive day. And I've got a little short list just to be able to finish up. I need a short enough pavement broom, 4 small blocks for my bird feeder station. Tomorrow I'll paint it safety yellow, and then some asphalt crack sealer to seal the asphalt where I pounded the T-posts through the asphalt on those 2 signposts. And then I'll paint the bird feeder station tomorrow, let it dry for a day before I set it outside. I don't want the little birds getting stuck on it. And then fortunately I'll be able to mow again my little grassy area. Between me watering and a little bit of rain, it's come back and started to grow a little bit. So it didn't die. And then later on this week, when everything's good and dry outside, I'll lay out my lines and put my striping machine together and paint my stripes. Also drained all the fuel out of both of my post pounders and ran them till they're dry, so they're ready to go back into storage. So this is really long, so that's all for this one. Thank you.